way to get the word out there as quickly as you can within seconds through blogging and things like that. So TMZ, that's all really, really powerful stuff. And so just the basics of managing talent has really changed tremendously. And I mean, I spend a lot of time on this. I think it's the future. And I think that a lot of people don't really realize, thinking outside of the box in this day and age. If you're not doing that, you're going to get left behind with what's happening in media, and especially in management. So.
Does the box still exist?
I think there are some people that are traditional, but I think it's about a lot of the younger generation and tapping into what they're doing. And like Ranjit said, it's all about content right now and owning content and creating content. As a talent manager, I never thought that we'd go into sort of create a TV show platform for some of our talent and other things. And all that kind of stuff is really about, and that, by the way, that might just live on, on iTunes and live on the internet. I'm not sure really where that's going to be. We're filming it Saturday, but the point is, it's just about content right now. So however it's getting out there, it's about getting the word out to millions of people where you could never have done that before through, just the phone call or whatever it may be.
So let me ask you a very specific question, Scott. I'm curious. So you deal with major celebrities, but I'm sure that some people come to you literally, a fledgling hopeful, and you see something within them. Have you picked up new talents? Okay, so how do you, using all of your expertise and your knowledge and the tools that are out there, start building that brand to celebrity status? What are the steps for you?
I think a lot of it is about getting the word out there. So, I mean, obviously there's a traditional means for your management models. Everything traditional still exists. So you're getting into, magazine spreads and obviously the editorial, the ad campaigns, whatever it may be. But then for building the brands, that's really what I look to do in media for. So whether it be if it's someone making that transition into TV hosting, and obviously you have people out there who've done incredibly well, like Heidi Klum. They take in, what's obviously she was a traditional model.
But again, that was already an established brand. Right. I think just about anybody who knew anything about fashion knew that name. But what about, again, somebody who's brand new?
Well, I think it is a lot about building that buzz. So for me, the buzz is about new media. You build the buzz through sites. In fashion, you have models.com, the images, style.com, WWD. And these are all sites that if you get, somebody placed on those sites, within literally like a matter of days, they can go from everybody's calling about them. Like, wow, I mean, you see the Polaroids of this girl that was on this website, and immediately she goes from being somebody unknown to somebody that the industry is actually buzzing about. And the same can go for management bands and also actors. It's all about right placement on a lot of these websites now. And obviously, if you're an actor and you get the right clip out there on YouTube or whatever it may be, the viral effect of that is tremendous, as well as, I think, obviously, managing bands and working with a lot of bands. I mean, before you might have a band playing a club and maybe 50 people heard them. Now, if you have the right songs and they're out there and the right people start passing it around, you're talking about millions of people that are being exposed to within a matter of maybe hours. It could be anything. So it's such an incredibly powerful tool that if you're not tapping into it, you're doing something wrong.
That's interesting. Also, something that you mentioned is the right people. So it's not just about thousands of people knowing about it. It's about the right people knowing about it. And so, Ranjit, maybe you can address this. How do you start getting yourself immersed with the right people, those relationships?
I'll just do which is the nice thing about bloggers, you can basically call them up. I was actually email them and say, hey, I have this new project I'm working on, I'd like you to take a look. A lot of times, like I said, we believe we made great content, so we basically sent them the trailer, and we got great response right back. We got Gawker, Cajun Boy in the City, a couple of those big bloggers. If you don't know the blogosphere, you're like, oh, when I first began, I had no idea. Like I said, you get picked up by one of those guys, literally 500 of the blogs pick up on them. Next thing you know, you're getting email from Japan. Hey, when's your next episode coming up? Get an email from India. Hey, I heard that you guys have this great show. Like, dude, I put that up a day ago. And you're getting basically emails or, Facebook responses from all over the world. They tend to have a big, like I said, but you still can't ignore the traditional media. It's still a big part of that. Like I said, the traditional magazines, you have TV shows, you have interviews, you have panel discussions like this. It's basically, and you ask the question, it's about 100% of your time. It means promotion is the biggest thing. Because one thing I really love about the internet is that it's brought it to